Hey, what's going on? Yes, yes. I was calling you because I need some advice. I'm about to go feed my baby some food for the first time. I'm really excited about it. And I just called you because I know you done been through this plenty of times. What kind of food should I get first? Like what brands? Because there's so many brands out there. I just don't know which one is the best. Wait, what? What happened? Don't buy any of them. Well, what am I supposed to do? What? Lead in the food? Wait. The baby food? No, you joking. You lying. Oh, no. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me again at Bellioso Pregnant, Manifest Birth, Manifest Life. I'm here today just to follow up from a blog post that I did a couple days ago. You can check that out at belliosopregnant.com. Just hit blog and you can see it. This whole situation going on with tainted baby food, toxic baby food. I mean, your name brand baby foods like your Gerber's, your Walmart brand, Parent Choice, Plum Organic, Sprout Organic, all these organic baby foods that's out there where it just makes a mom feel so like making the right choice for choosing it. Come to find out that there are a lot of heavy metals in there, like mercury, lead, arsenic is in there, cadmium is in there. So it's just like, what's going on? Now, this has been going on for a while, hence why a lot of moms back in the days started to do the food processing, the baby food process. It was a small group of people, but they were still knowing that something was not right, some information is being hidden. The best way to know what's actually in your food is just by making it yourself, that type of bandwagon. Now that we're in 2021, it's just like a huge explosion where, a lot more food processors are being sold out, blenders, smoothie makers, all of that. So the convenience of it all, though, for a mom has been taken away because a brand or brands that she has trusted in, her mom has trusted in, and her mom's mom has trusted in, especially Gerber's been around forever. All this time, all these things that's being ingested has not been publicly announced in a wide scale fashion where parents can make their own choice. Like, oh, okay, this has, 0.5% mercury, 0.001% lead. What's this, cadmium? Okay, so I don't know what that is, but it's a lead and it has 0.0075. Oh, arsenic. Oh, okay, and it's inorganic arsenic. All right, we have a 0.0025%. Okay, well, I think this is good because this has lesser metals than this one, so I'll choose that. I mean, at least if you give parents the real information, they could be sitting there looking at those factors and then making a wise decision of whether or not they want to go ahead and purchase it or whether or not they want to go ahead and buy their own bananas, buy their own peas, even go further as to make their own food in the garden to pick it out to at least control, the water, what's water it, this filterized, what kind of soil you want to put in there. So on that control level, so it just depends on the spectrum. But don't play us to be dumb, and I'm speaking to the manufacturer companies, the people who own these companies, because this information has been out there for a while. And the sad news is the FDA, as well as their other brothers and sisters out there, has slightly approved of some, heavy metals in there, which is another question. So you have things like WHO and the American Academy of Pediatrics and FDA and the EU are allowing things like arsenic, mercury, lead, and cadmium into some of the juices and the waters that we drink. The funny thing is that even though they know that these heavy metals can do harm not only to infants but to humans long term, they continue to allow certain amounts to be in it. For instance, for baby infant cereal, for the rice cereal, FDA, and that's the only regulation, by the way, that they have put, they can allow 100 BPPs in inorganic arsenic in the infant rice cereal, and that's just per billion, parts per billion, which equals to about 1.6 ounce per gallon, to put it in like human terms, can be allowed into rice cereal for baby food. That's the only thing. They don't have any other set measures for the creams, the pouches, the other cereals, the other juices that a lot of the baby products make. They don't have any set standard, which is another question mark, because if the same organizations, .orgs, are doing studies on how pollution has caused mercury in the water, it's in the rain, it's in the soil, and lead and arsenic and all this, and how it can do long-term damage, why are they still allowing even 100 ppbs, even 5 ppbs to be put in baby food? And you know, baby food is usually suggested at 6 months. Some moms even go a little earlier, depending on who told them to do so, or if they self said this is the best way to go about my baby. But it's ingested at an early age. So if arsenic can cause, cancers and lung cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, um, neurotoxic diseases, any of those. And of course, as you know, lead can cause like abnormal development, can cause IQ deficiencies, deficiencies, ADHD, all kind of mental health issues, as well as liver issues. Same thing with cadmium. People have to deal with soft bones when it deals with cadmium, and a lot of neurological as well as cardiovascular, liver problems, kidney problems, and the same thing with mercury. That can cause a lot of neurological problems, brain deficiencies. So as you can see, it's a common pattern within all the metals. And this is, some of them are allowed by the FDA approved and the other .orgs to be in certain foods that adults eat. And now we know they are in baby foods as well. But we see the longer term effects that can happen not only at birth, but throughout the rest of the life, or even cause to having softer bones or diabetes. Maybe your teeth fall out earlier because of all the baby food that we've been programmed to deemed as being safe. All the lovely commercials, people running through fields of wheat and corn and fresh apple farms and everything like that. But they only test the ingredients, not the final product, because the FDA didn't say so. So now the FDA is trying to put into place to say so, which is a little bit, probably, how long they've been around? Whatever, how many years the FDA and all them been around, a little bit too late, okay? Because you already know, anybody knows that common sense, you're going to test the ingredients and the process and the final process, what the product is. You're going to test all the stages in order to deem it to be safe, deem it to be organic. Otherwise, you're going to have to put all this stuff onto the label anyway, where 2% mercury, 4.5% arsenic, 0.009% lead, 0.425 of cadmium, and let the parents decide, okay, this one has less heavy metals than this one, so I'm going to go with this one. I mean, at least we know. Same thing with water. Okay, this extra healthy, they talk about how it could do so well for me, water, or this one that doesn't have, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Don't put the consumers as being stupid, as if we cannot make our own decisions. We cannot find out what the outcomes are based on what our decisions are. And then we can't find other people who might have been through and made the wrong decisions and then lived through to tell their testimony. But it's up to the manufacturers to be honest of what they put in there. 100 ppbs is a little bit too scary to even know that's something that could be found in baby cereal, as well as arsenic, as well as mercury. And studies show that it's at a higher level. So it's pretty much safe to say that no one is safe, not even your babies, right? Not even the babies. At least as adults, we can like, we can take a little arsenic. This butter is good. We'll be fine. But for a baby who can't make their own decision and they're relying on, their parents to make the best decision for them, for their immune system, for their cells, for their productivity, for their success in health and life. I mean, to have all that at a start of early age, it's really shocking. So as a parent, make the right decision, especially now that this is going on. The company is going to fight back and say, "Oh, we're doing well. All 10 of us, we're following the rules and regulations." Of course they are, because there are no rules and but legally, they're right, right? Right. Now, if the fact of the morality of it all, that's a whole other scale we wanna talk about. But they are following the rules because FDA said they could put 100, and then forever else, they haven't even put in the actual metals and how much and how little or none at all. I mean, for all the parents, we would say we would rather have none at all. But at least if you're gonna do it and you're gonna give us these lovely commercials and pamphlets and stuff, at least tell us what's in there and what the side effects, just like how you get medicine and have a paragraph, put the side effects on the baby food as well. Leave it up to the parents to decide. So don't shy it away with this issue. It will be quiet after a while. Give it about 7 weeks the most, and every nobody we talk about toxic baby food again probably for another maybe 3 to 5 years. Something else will come up, like always. But for right now, you already know. Okay, it's been here. This is not new information. This has been going on for years, and now you can look at the generations ahead of you and be like, well, maybe that's why my mom might be suffering from this, or why my older daughter in her 20s or my son in his 30s been suffering this, because maybe this is what I've been feeding them all along, and this is how it affects them. Even though the doctors might have blamed the parents, the environment, they might have blamed the shots, the air, the water, or all of that. But just know, let's add baby food into the factor now. Now, that's one more thing that we have to look at and consider when we walk into those aisles and be like, which one to get. And after this, you might just go right on over to the produce and say, I'm just gonna go home and make my own. I at least know that this is a pea. This it looks like a pea is organic. It's only going into my blender, which is really clean. And I might just add a little filtered water, whatever, and just mash it up or however. At least I know. At least I can sleep at night knowing that I'm doing the best that I possibly can for my baby. And this is also in formula as well, the metals as well. So just stay tuned. If I hear any other information, I will let you know. But like I said, this ain't nothing new. It's been going on for a long time. But now it's being exposed, just like everything else been exposed for the last 3 years. We've been exposed to a lot of stuff, right? So this is another thing that's being exposed. So take the information and take heed to it. Have a good day. And also, comment, like, and subscribe. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this topic. Have a good one. Bye bye.